All right, welcome to my super messy office. The Lord has called me to be a nerd who likes digging and research things. One of those big ones I've done is cryptocurrency. Now I'm into generative AI. And as a brother and a Christian, one of the biggest things that like disturbs or hurts my heart is how so many Christians have fear of these technologies because they don't understand it. They're worried that the government's going to take us over with some digital currency type thing, and if you know the mechanics of where that's actually quite a ways out. So all the fear that you have right now about it is unfounded if it's going to happen in, say, 3 years or whatever, right? I mean, just logic. Secondly, brothers and sisters don't understand. Well, we won't even go there. So in 1 minute or less, I'm going to explain generative AI to you, what it's doing. It's actually not that smart or crazy. It's amazing what it's doing, and it just blows us away that it can talk in the way that it does. But we're going to go over the mechanics really quick in less than a minute of what it's doing, and you'll understand how it works. So here it is. It's called generative AI because it's generating new things to send back to you that didn't necessarily exist before. It's generating stuff on the fly. That's why it's called generative AI. Literally, what it's doing. Have you ever sent a text on your phone and noticed that it pops up with words that you can say next? So it's like predicting what your next word would be doing or what you might want to say. That's what the machine is doing here. It's predictive text. So how it works is it converts words into math called vectors, and that's how the computer thinks is in math. So if you've ever worked with vectors in like clip art, it's a mathematical image, so you can scale it up and down and the resolution never changes because it's built out of these math points that you can then adjust. And that's what they do with words. So it creates semantic relationship with words. So when you create, it's called a vector database. So all these words are in a vector database, and that's like a neural net, a brain that it can think and connect all these words with different relations. So here's an example: the word cat and the word Persian. We'll zoom in here a little bit. So when we're looking at the word cat, here's an illustration of the database up here. These dots are different words, and then the lines that connect them are different links. So that represents a relationship of how related those words are. So this word here is cat, and it has a very short line to the word Persian because Persian is a type of cat. A lion is a type of cat, a short line. A long line connecting up to the word horse. If we jump over to a completely different word, Persian, again, it has a super short line to rug because Persian rugs, a fairly short line to cat because it's a type of cat, a very long line to horse. And then if you take that with all the words, that's how it has its vector database, and it knows what words are related to each other semantically. And then it's just taking all of the things that have been written on the internet and predicting what's the most likely next word that's going to come. So it's actually incredibly stupid. You put in a question, and it says, based on these words that I already have, what is mathematically the most likely next word to come? And how they make it so that if you type in the same question to one of these chat bots more than once, it might give you a different answer because it randomizes those sometimes. That's something that's built into the parameters of it so that you don't get the exact same answer every single time. There's temperatures, it's called. You can adjust all these parameters within these models, but this is the most basic way I can think of explaining it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not that smart. All it's doing is predicting the next word, one word at a time based on what was already there. Another mathematical thing you can kind of think of it as is like hashing. So a hash is like a image of all this stuff right here. You can hash it and have an image of it. If you add one more thing to it, that image is going to be different. So that hash is different. So you can kind of apply that here too to that. Whatever. Thanks for listening. That's how simple it is. If you have any questions, hit me up because I'm building an app right now that uses AI. That's why I'm starting to understand it. I'll tell you what, AI is way more simple than crypto, okay? Crypto is very hard to understand. I understood this in like 1 week. Crypto took me like 6 months to even wrap my brain around. So if you have any questions about crypto or AI, hit me up. I'd love to talk.